So, here we go again. Goku gets a new transformation, Super Saiyan 4, and then basically gets an adult version of it, and the fandom are already comparing Super Saiyan 4 Goku to other characters in the series, but this one, part of me wishes, just wasn't a legitimate fandom discussion. And there's plenty of people, guys, trust me when I say this, there's plenty of people comparing Super Saiyan 4 Goku to the Buu arc. Now, I'm going to go through the Buu arc in this video. I do think there's one character that you could put at Super Saiyan 4 Goku's level, but we're going to go through the rest of them to see if they truly stack up to Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Dragon Ball Daima. Now, some people are wanking Super Saiyan 4 Goku up to Ultra Instinct levels, some people are being more measured with it, but some people are definitely downplaying Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The Daima defenders are trying to say it's the DBS tards and the GT tards. Maybe it is, but perhaps there is some legitimacy in this argument. I do believe it should at least be discussed, but I'll give my actual thoughts at the end of this video. But let's just weigh up these characters in comparison to each other. So guys, obviously we have two versions of Super Saiyan 4 Goku in Dragon Ball Daima. We have the kid version or mini version, and then we have the adult version. We've seen the kid version in action against Third Eye Supreme Demon King Goma, but we haven't actually fully seen Super Saiyan 4 adult version of Goku against Goma yet, even though we will be very soon. So even though this is a discussion, an ongoing discussion, there is a bit of conjecture, but still, I think we can get a good gauge of how strong Goku is with Super Saiyan 4. Now with the mini versions, of course, Goku was stated to be weaker in his mini version after being turned back into a child by the wish of the Dragon Balls from Goma in the first place. Now, a lot of people have been debating about exactly how much Goku and Vegeta got made weaker in their base forms, but some people have argued that they didn't actually get made that much weaker, and in actuality, it's just that their bodies were less durable than what they were as adults, which is an interesting hypothesis. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. But even mini Goku with Super Saiyan 2 was vastly too strong for a Tamagami that was stated to be too strong for Deborah. Now, I have seen some people reasonably bring up the point that when Deborah was in the Demon Realm, he didn't necessarily have the Majin boost. As we know in the Buu arc, when Bobbidi put the Majin mark on somebody, it gave them a boost, as we saw with Majin Vegeta in fact. What size that boost was, who knows, but this is what some people have been raising, which I think is a valid and fair point to bring up. But still, Super Saiyan 2 Goku was too strong for the Tamagamis, at least without their boost from Never, but ultimately they were simply stated to be too strong for a version of Deborah. But we know that Deborah was on par, if not slightly stronger than a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the Buu saga, but we do know that Goku and Vegeta were stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But then of course Goku and Vegeta fought and they were proven to basically be equals in Super Saiyan 2 versus Super Saiyan 2, which would mean that they're equal in base. We know that Super Saiyan 2 is an 100 times base multiplier according to the Super Exciting guides, but then we knew that Goku could eventually stack Super Saiyan 3 on top. Now Goku is probably one of the best gauges we have in the Buu saga to figure out where all these characters will lie amongst each other, but it is also important to remember that Goku, when he didn't have a dead body and hadn't come back from Otherworld, couldn't actually hold on to Super Saiyan 3 for as long. But Super Saiyan 3 Goku is somewhat comparable to the likes of Fat Buu, Super Buu, Kid Buu, Ultimate Gohan, as well as the Super Buu fusions, Gotenks, as well as Buuhan. And then of course the strongest in the entire Buu arc, which I think is the most contestable one if you wanted to bring up the debate, which is obviously Super Vegito. Now I think it is really important to state that obviously Dragon Ball Daima is one of Toriyama's last works, if not the last, and he has penned this, he has written this, so this is a true vision Toriyama story. Well, obviously with the Buu saga, the big dispute is the differences between the anime and the manga of the original Dragon Ball Buu saga, but the anime is a Toei-verse version of the Buu saga where Toriyama's involvement wasn't that deep, and it looks as if at times that they just went in their own direction, and many would argue that Kid Buu is the strongest Buu in the anime. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. However, many people protest that it's actually Buuhan that's the strongest Buu in the manga, and that there's a lot of evidence for it, and that there's not much evidence to suggest that Goku kept vastly getting stronger throughout the Buu saga because he only fought Fat Buu when he was dead. Then when he came back alive, he didn't fight many people until he actually eventually fought Kid Buu. And it's widely believed that Super Saiyan 3 Goku was a match for Kid Buu, at least in terms of raw power, if not slightly stronger. And that is supported by a lot of the guidebook information, not all, but a lot, where the Super Exciting Guide even states that it's only really because of Kid Buu's regeneration why Goku can't defeat him. And Goku does state almost that much in the manga itself. So obviously you're probably asking, well, what's this got to do with Super Saiyan 4 Goku in Dragon Ball Daima? Well, basically what I'm trying to say is that we can use the Buu saga to somewhat scale and lowball a version of Goku throughout the Buu saga and how it would match up to Daima because of the Tamagamis. And the mini version of Goku didn't particularly struggle that much. Of course, from the end of the Buu saga up till the beginning of Daima, there's circa 1 year has passed. Goku would have gotten stronger via training. So a lot of people argue that Goku and Vegeta kind of got reverted back to Buu saga levels with their mini forms, but also lost a lot of their durability due to not having adult bodies as well, and perhaps their endurance. However, you definitely can't say the same about an adult version of Goku, who would definitely be stronger. So an adult Super Saiyan 3 Goku would be stronger than a Buu saga Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and if we're going by the manga, the Toriyama True Vision idea, then of course that version of Super Saiyan 3 Goku would be stronger than Kid Buu. Has he gained enough power to override Buu's regeneration and healing magical abilities? Who knows? I would suggest yes by that point, but I guess that could be up for debate. However, it is stated in the Daizenshu that Ultimate Gohan is the strongest warrior in Dragon Ball Z, and many people do believe that Ultimate Gohan is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the Buu saga. But how much stronger exactly? Well, we don't have an exact measurement for how much stronger he is because Gohan's ultimate form doesn't work in the same way as the golden-haired Super Saiyan states, which multiply base. You can measure it and apply a multiplier to it, sure, but it's only for that moment, and you could argue that it changes. But Ultimate Gohan was only a little bit stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks was able to somewhat get the better of Super Buu. Now we know Super Buu is stronger than Fat Buu, but by how much? We know Super Saiyan 3 Goku was also stronger than Fat Buu. So you could lowball both characters to being at the same level, with Gotenks slightly stronger, but obviously Gotenks has a lot of drawbacks due to his ridiculous fighting style, being the fusion of Goten and Trunks. Gohan is only a little bit stronger than that, so that would suggest to me that the multiplier for Ultimate Gohan at that point isn't vastly that much stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku's, even though I would say the ultimate form is a better form than Super Saiyan 3 because it doesn't have the drawbacks of endurance. Then of course you've got Buutenks and Buuhan. Well, Buutenks is a combination of Super Buu and Gotenks. I know Piccolo's in there as well, but it's negligible at that point really. And the only real information we have on Buu absorptions is that it's stealing somebody else's power, which at a low ball you can surmise that that's just adding somebody else's power to yours. I think that's a fair argument, but once again, in terms of multiplying over Super Saiyan 3, we're not getting that high really. Then of course he adds Buuhan to that account and he does become even stronger, but by how much? We know that Buuhan is far too strong for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Goku doesn't even want to fight him, he'd rather fuse. But even if we do lowball Goku to being at Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks level, how much stronger are these characters than Super Saiyan 3 Goku really? Is it a multiplication over that amount of raw power, or is it a percentage? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Ultimately, it's not as wide as a lot of people would lead you to believe. Then of course, there's base Vegito. Whilst he isn't really proven to be stronger than Buuhan in the manga, we do know that he is stated to be stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku in base in the Daizenshu. Then comes the biggest kicker really, and that's Super Vegito, which is basically Vegito turned into Super Saiyan. It's a 50 times base multiplier. Now Vegito is pretty much stated everywhere in all of the guidebooks, and I can tell you this because I own them all. He is the strongest character in Z, without a shadow of a doubt. Some people still argue Buuhan vs Kid Buu, but neither of them are stronger than Vegito. So if we're looking at Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball Daima, what is the multiplier of Super Saiyan 3 over Super Saiyan 4? Once again, we don't actually know. Lots of people are theorizing that it's a 10 times multiplier based on the Uzaru multiplier, and it could be. It's not unreasonable. as we saw against Goma, Goku went from getting mud stomped by Goma, who definitely had a better showing against Super Saiyan 3 Goku than Kid Buu did, to basically completely overwhelming Goma and basically beating him to a pulp, to the point the third eye had to keep enhancing Goma with more power. So you could still actually go really low, just because we've seen past examples in Dragon Ball of small percentage differences dominating opponents. I do think obviously a new transformation is going to lead to a multiplier over the previous form, so you could go for anything really, but let's go with 10. And I know some of you may find that disingenuous, but I think it's a reasonable thing to go for now, personally. If it is a 10 times multiplier, even mini Goku, if he only got nerfed to Buu Saga levels from that wish in terms of raw power up reserves, then a 10 times multiplier, you could argue that a mini Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Goku is going to be stronger than the likes of Ultimate Gohan, Kid Buu, Gotenks, and possibly even Buuhan. In fact, personally, I would say he is in terms of raw power reserves. Where we get into an adult, but I could somewhat see an argument for highballed versions of Gohan and the Buus, especially in anime Kid Buu, which we've not really touched on in this video. You've got to take into consideration the growth of Goku from the end of Z to that Daima arc, which might not be vast, and then stack the Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3 and 4 transformations on top again. Guys, by all means, go and watch that transformation sequence from episode 19. Absolutely phenomenal. Smash a like on the video if you thought that was phenomenal. Once again, even if it's a 10 times multiplier over Super Saiyan 3, that's a 4,000 times base multiplier when his base was already pretty strong. The only character in the Buu arc that would have a chance against that is obviously Super Vegito. But if we're going to look at that, then we've really got to look at how much we think Goku's grown from Daima to the Buu arc, and I'm going to leave that in your hands to discuss down in the comment section. But as far as I'm concerned, the rest of the Buu arc stand no chance against a Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima. But you could argue that to match Super Vegito, Goku would have needed to got 5 to 10 times stronger in base raw power for the Super Saiyan multiplier to be able to take on the raw power of Super Vegito's multiplier. Guys, it's all interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I look really forward to reading what you've got to say on this matter. But I think people are definitely trying to downplay Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the moment. But obviously, we're also assuming it's a 10 times multiplier over Super Saiyan 3. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I look forward to reading them. Smash a like on the video. Lend me your energy. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Until next time, Ad Astra.